Hey everybody, my name's Gene. I'm a graphic designer and an illustrator. I've been in the business for about 15 years now. And today we're going to talk a little bit about history, about Ferdinand Magellan. Now everybody who knows history knows that Ferdinand Magellan was actually the first person that we know of to circumnavigate the Earth. And for those of you kids who are in elementary school, circumnavigate means he went all the way around. So let's jump right in and get started on Ferdinand Magellan. All right, so I'm sure all you kids took history class and you know that Ferdinand Magellan, or Fernando de Magallanes, I don't know, however you pronounce it in his original Portuguese, was the first explorer, the first person that we know of who circumnavigated the Earth. Now what that means is he sailed around the entire planet. He was one of the first people. So, in his honor, today's paper craft is going to be a tiny representation of planet Earth. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my trusty duct tape, which I use for everything, and make myself a circle. Now with this circle, unlike a lot of our other circles, you want to be pretty careful when you're cutting it out because this is planet Earth, and you want to be careful with the Earth. If you cut this too roughly, you're going to make an Earth that's oblong, and if you make Earth oblong, it could rotate off its axis and either spin out of control into space, freezing everybody, or if you saw that Twilight episode, or Twilight Zone episode, because if it was Twilight, if the Twilight Zone had been Twilight Zone, and not with Rod Serling, but with glittery vampires, it would have been an entirely different television show. Not nearly as creepy, just kind of sappy with a bunch of people talking and being like, oh my God, I love you, and everybody being like, but we can never be together, but then never really explaining why. Like, okay, I get it, he's a vampire, but he doesn't eat people, so why can't you be together? Okay, so now we're gonna make another circle on the green, and what we're gonna do with this one is we are going to basically give a rough outline of the Western Hemisphere. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off, and what you want to do is probably be looking at a map of the Earth. I'm just going to kind of do this one for memory right now. So it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be, you know, basically what we have. And here's Spain and Portugal. I'm just going to do that there. We're going to put a little star here. Well, I'm not going to put a star there because we're going to need to cut this out in a second. And then I'm going to come down here, put in a little piece of Africa, and then come over here. And this is Hawaii, even though Hawaii would really be way on the other side. We got a little bit of some island action in here. It's going to be kind of basic. Okay, so now what you want to do is cut out all of the parts. Anyway, now we take the little blue piece of paper, throw it under our green, and actually what you really want to do is cut out our North America and South America. Cut out all these parts, and this is why we were careful with the circle. I was going to put the polar ice caps in, that's why I had this white piece of paper, but I didn't draw enough of the planet to put the ice caps in, so we don't have to worry about them. Flip this over. You got some glue, you got some more glue. Glue it down, and there we have our Earth. And if you want, you can even go over here, you can add in Spain and Portugal, and you can draw a little line, a dotted line that roughly shows Magellan's route. And that's probably not accurate at all, but you can find all that on the internet too. Well, that's all there is to it. That's a quick, down and dirty little Earth. And Ferdinand Magellan, if he were doing the Earth, he would actually stop and then do the other side of the Earth, and then he would draw his line around both sides of the Earth, both hemispheres. Because as we know, he was the first guy to go all the way around the Earth. So this is only half. Your job is only halfway done. Another thing that you can do, instead of doing the whole thing out of paper, is you can get a small styrofoam ball, paint it blue for the ocean, and then take your paper continents and paste them onto the actual styrofoam ball, and then you have a globe. So experiment, kids. Feel free to get as creative as you want. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.